Hey guys, welcome back to All Things Knives. It's your host Fletcher, and today we are doing a multi-tool review of the Victorinox Deluxe Tinker. So, just so you know, the Deluxe Tinker is the one where they throw a pair of these guys in there, okay? So, if you've watched this channel before, you know I absolutely am in love with the Super Tinker. When I bought this guy, it was on sale. So I actually got a pretty good price. I think I paid, man, it was either $30 or $40 for this, which is way below, I think, what it is now. I think off the top of my head, it's 50 or 60. Now, obviously, I could be completely wrong about the prices now. I just haven't looked, and it was a little bit ago. It might have been last year or like beginning of this year when I bought this. So do keep that in mind. Basically what this review is going to be is definitely more of a comparison to the Super Tinker and whether or not I think it's worth it going for the slightly larger tool versus that Super Tinker. I'm definitely not the type of person to where I need to have a set of pliers on me all the time, and all the stuff I cut, I can cut with my knives, and I also know how to sharpen. So if there's something I really shouldn't cut with my knife, I can try and cut it with my knife. So, all right. So basically, first off, you get all the same tools as the Super Tinker. They do add another slot in here, but if you see, the slot for the pliers has a very robust spring. And so you don't gain anything else in the back that you do with the Super Tinker. Because if I'm remembering correctly off the top of my head, it also has one of these hooks. I could be wrong. You know what, guys? Bear with me for 1 second. Fletcher's going to be right back. I should have grabbed that at the start of the video, but okay. So just so there's a comparison here. See that? There is somewhat of a large difference between the two, right? So okay. I'm gonna toss this to the side now. But you do get a lot of the same tool sets. Actually, all the same tool sets, plus the pliers. It is a smaller set of pliers. I did not get a chance to use the cutting portion down here for anything. I didn't handle any wires. I did use it to grip some stuff. I don't know if you guys can see. Let me get a little further away. You do see where you see those burrs where it flattens, so it's not like a super hard metal here either. I don't quite recall what I was gripping to cause those teeth to basically flatten and shear like that. I will say it's not a super impressive pair of pliers, and I didn't have the chance to really do any fishing or something like that where these would come in handy. You know, these pliers like that would come in handy fishing, but sadly I'd just been so busy with school that I haven't really had the chance to. I'm sure they'd work great because it's just a real nimble set of pliers that you can control really easily, and, you know, hooked in a bass or a trout, something like this that you can kind of get in there that's small, actually quite handy. But personally, during the carry, I didn't really have a whole lot, if any, opportunities to really use the pliers. So I would say for me, if I'm fishing, yeah, I'll take this. But for everyday carry, this Super Tinker, man, that does it for me. You know, I think this is more than what I really need. The scissors, though, holy cow, I use the scissors all the time. The scissors are awesome. So the fact that you still get the scissors on this guy is a nice plus. And then you got those tweezers and your standard tool set. So all the good things I really have to say about this guy, I have the same thing to say about this, although I do feel that this is a little bulky in pocket. You can definitely feel it in your pocket, and after this carry, I'll most likely carry this, although I might have another tool I can carry and do a carry review with you guys, so that would be nice. I didn't want to do this one on the lanyard because I had the flashlights, so this one was a deep pocket. It is kind of chunky, but not super chunky. So again, I could feel it in my pocket, but it wasn't like bursting out of my pocket, right? It didn't wear a hole in any of my pockets. Heck, I probably carried this guy for 3 to 2 months, right? So maybe, definitely 2 months. I definitely carried this guy for 2 months. I'm not so sure about the 3 months, but definitely 2. So this was longer than the normal multi-tool carry review. Just, again, I've been busy, so that kind of extended the carry out. Because it has all the same tools as the Super Tinker, even though this guy was big and I didn't really use the pliers, I still got plenty of use out of this guy, right? I still used this Phillips and the flathead, you know, for red dots and stuff like that at work, because trying to get those flat batteries out is a pain, and this worked fine, you know, to the point to where if I ever go to the range or anything like that, I take this guy with me. Just in case I need to do some tinkering or, you know, some of my, we will call them stuff that makes stuff do stuff. Okay, I'm sure you guys know what I'm talking about. But some of the stuff that does stuff has slots, you know, slot screws that I can go like this, and then the stuff that does stuff takes apart, right? So if you guys really need more than that for context, I don't know what to do for you. Because if I said range and then I said stuff that does stuff, you can assume what the stuff that does stuff is. Okay, so that has its uses there, but then again, so does this. So my recommendation would be, if you're going fishing or you're handling smaller items in which you do need a small set of pliers, definitely a good daily driver for you, and definitely a tool that will perform well, because again, for me, all this tool set that is on the Super Tinker that I really love is on here, and I use it. But I don't always need the pliers. Again, if I'm going fishing, I need a set of pliers. Heck yeah, this thing's gonna be in my fishing kit. But I think personally for me, for my daily multi-tool use, I just need something like this that has your, you know, your standard tool set. Something I can pry with, something I can scrape with, something that I can screw screws in with, and some scissors, because scissors are awesome, especially on these Victorinox. They are sharp. They are sharp as all get out. I don't think it takes away from the utility of this tool at all, the fact that it is a little larger. And in fact, you know, utility is added with the pliers. And as I said earlier, if you're going to be using some pliers and you really like the Super Tinker, or you want a simple tool set, again, another really good option, and definitely for me one that is going to stay part of the collection and is going to be continued to be used. But if I don't suspect myself needing a set of pliers, it's just going to be the Super Tinker. Would I recommend this to a friend or a family member? Yes, it's a Victorinox. And again, it still has some really useful tools. If someone said Victorinox with pliers, I'd throw this out there. Just because I haven't tried any of their larger tools. I think that's their Spirit line. If I'm incorrect, someone please correct me. But I believe that is their Spirit line. And I would like to try those. They are a little higher in price point, so maybe not at the current moment, but maybe sometime in the future. You know, maybe future Fletcher will have some money he can spend on one of those, but current Fletcher does not. So, and yes, I know that makes me sound like a DB referring to myself in the third person. So, at least I am self-aware for that. But so again, yes, would refer to a friend and family member. If you're going fishing, I think this is your tool, that or the Victorinox Fisherman. But I do think that little set of pliers would be killer. So I know it's going to be it's Christmas season. If you are looking for a multi-tool for the fisherman in your family, I think this would be a good option because they have the pliers to take the hook out, scissors to cut line. Heck, if something goes wrong with their reel, you got screwdrivers on here. Say you cooked up your trout or your bass and you ate it. Boom, you got a toothpick. Although, I think if you're having to pick fish out of your teeth, you might have cooked it wrong because it's more flaky than stringy. So, heck, if you wanna hold some of your string while you're trying to untangle it, you can kind of use this to maybe help work it out for you. And if you're fishing and you get a splinter, there you go. You got your tweezers. What's nice too is if you have one of those, say lanyard sets or a keychain, you can just hook that to your belt and bring everything to your belt and kind of work everything from there. If you know the little elastic key holders or like card holders, I bet this would be killer on a set of those because then you could just pull it up, use it or cut and let go and let it swing back to you. So definitely one I would recommend. And I am glad that I did carry this because it kind of just confirms for me that I don't really use pliers all that much unless I'm in a setting in which I know I need pliers, which for me isn't really at work, which is where I mostly carry these. It's definitely when I'm fishing or if I'm doing any like mechanical work or anything like that, then they would come in handy. But again, as I was saying earlier, I just didn't really have the chance while carrying this. If you guys do have any questions, please do shoot them down below. If you did like the video, do leave a thumbs up. It does help out the channel and also lets me know if you guys like this video or not. If you guys have watched several of my videos and have liked it, please do subscribe. That helps out the channel as well. And if you want to know when more videos like this get posted, go ahead and hit that notification bell down below. Again, guys, thank you for watching. And most importantly, don't you forget to stay sharp.